And in our studio, we have Inspigo CEO and co-founder Tyo Guritno to discuss how generative AI can help improve business skills. Good afternoon, Mas Tyo. Thank you
Good
so much.
Good afternoon. Thank you.
So, let's talk about AI. I mean, AI has been around, but one of the things that's been growing so much and so fast is generative AI itself.
Yes.
And so how does it changing the way businesses approaches skills development on this matter?
Yes. Generative AI is different than AI. You can actually talk to the AI, so you can actually solve problems quickly. You can discuss with AI on how to find solutions to your problems, and you can also upskill yourself using AI. In this case, Inspigo finds very useful to really have AI to be able to basically help you practice skills, like for example negotiations, sales skills, or if even you are, let's say, a manager giving feedback to your team member. Sometimes people are not comfortable giving feedback, but you can actually practice with AI. So the AI can be your counterpart as your practice partner, and then you can actually practice, and you can configure the AI quite easily, so then it fits what you have or what you face every day. So, for example, you have a team member that is, that talks back all the time. Every time we give feedback, they talk back all the time. We can set the AI to be like that. So we can actually practice. And then the AI can review how we do the feedback and give us feedback as well to improve ourselves. So it's actually very useful.
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. Like, I understand like how the Gen AI has helped a lot of people,
Yeah.
but I've never seen it that part of the how Gen AI can actually help us in like our day-to-day conversation, let's
Yes.
say, at work. So what are some examples of business skills that can be improved through generative AI tools itself?
There are a lot. I mean, as I mentioned, like negotiation,
Yeah.
you basically trying to convince your client. You can actually do that with AI as well. And you can actually create different types of clients that you face every day. And then you can practice how you explain the products. Typically in sales, like you don't sell product, right? You sell solutions. So you have to find the problem first in order to understand what solutions they need. So you can actually practice that with AI and have different personas of different customers. You can also, as a leader, you can use it to really make sure that you are capable in like handling, managing tasks, distributing tasks to your team members and all that. A lot of communication skill, strategic thinking skills, problem-solving skills. There's a lot of soft skills that you can actually develop through Gen AI.
I wish you had told me this earlier because I just signed my contract today. I can learn how to negotiate before I do my contract. So how can AI-driven roles play or simultaneous improve employee training compared to the traditional method?
Yeah.
Give me an idea what your traditional method used to be,
Right.
and then how you solve it with the AI.
Traditional method would be like there is a trainer in the training session, right?
Okay. Yes.
With the trainer, you do role play. You basically one person faces the trainer, and then you do role play, and then the other one is waiting in the line, right? So that is time consuming. Then you can also do it in the training session.
True.
With Gen AI, everybody can do it on their own time. Everybody can pick different role plays, different personas that you face, depending what you need and depending what level you are. So it's just more combination, more fluid, and then it's on demand, meaning like you can actually do it anytime you want. Also, it gives you instant personalized feedback. That's the most, the biggest upside, I guess, having the Gen AI reviewing your conversations and really pinpoint like the weakness on your delivery, and it gives you the right, instant feedback right there. And everyone will have different feedback. Right. Even though you are a experienced guy, there's always a loophole. There's always room for improvement. So I think that's the new way of doing role plays, of exercising your soft skills in the era of Gen AI.
Right. It's interesting how you explain it. It's not about solving the hard skills problem, but it's soft skill, which is it's hard to measure in a sense of how much you need to improve and stuff like
Exactly.
that. And like the AI.
And
so, sorry. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
and AI is not biased. Like if you are facing a trainer, oh, I like this guy, I'll give you a better score. And AI, it just follows the rules. So if the benchmark or the qualifications for the evaluations is like this, and then it follows that exactly like that without any feelings.
All right. So obviously, you have to show us
Okay.
like an example of what you're talking about.
Okay, here. So there's a case. This is a case where we are facing a customer. For example, in this case, we are selling an electric motorcycle. So
right.
we are facing a customer named Hendra. He's an employee. He's looking for a motorcycle. So we can talk to him and try to convince him like what kind of motorcycle that he's looking for, and try to get him interested. I'm interested in finding an electric motorcycle that offers great speed and battery life, but I'm also very mindful of the costs involved. Can you tell me more about what you have to offer? I have the best product for you. I have a product that basically has a long battery lifetime, so you don't have to charge every day. It runs until 120 kilometers, so maybe you charge it every 3 days or every week. And also, the design is great, so you don't feel ashamed riding that in town. So we just go back and forth with the AI. He replies, "That sounds promising, but I do have some concerns since I often ride at high speeds. I'm worried about the battery durability with such intensive use. Can you provide me more details on how it holds up under those conditions?"
Okay.
So, for example, this is just a quick example, right? So, I want the AI to analyze my conversation and gives me feedback on
Right. I was gonna ask about that.
how I can improve and what my score is and all that. It gives me also instant tips on like if I am weak in this side, and then you can actually improve using this. So it gives me instant feedback here. So.
Okay, so for those you at home, so after Mas Tyo earlier try out how to use the applications, you feed in what you're gonna say, and then they try, and then the AI spit out what the customer might gonna say, and then you evaluate of like how the conversation going and how to improve it, and this is the result.
Yeah, this is the result. So, I mean, you can try it yourself. ai.inspigo.id.
Okay.
You can explore at many different topics, and you can get feedback right away on how to improve your soft skills.
All right. So how does AI adapt to the evolving skills need to business and industries? I mean, most of the generative AI, they use LLM, which is a large language models, and then trying to find it. Now on this one, like for example, your apps, how do you find that large language, and then how do you find example of what might the customer gonna say, or what as you mentioned earlier, you might have a subordinate who talks back a lot. How can you get that kind of example to fit to the system?
So maybe kind of zoom out a little bit.
Okay.
So our concept using the 10, 20, 70, 10 is like knowledge acquisition. You learn about the topic itself, like for example, negotiations and whatnot, learn the theory. 20% you do role play, you basically practice. 70% you implement the knowledge that you learn and practice in real life, right? So we have AI role play for 20%, 70% what we call AI mentor. The way we train the AI is basically we work together with the corporation. So we do B2B. Collaboration. So basically, we work together. Like, what are the most typical cases in that company? Like, what kind of profiles do they face every day? And then we have an engine internally that basically spits out all these cases, role play based on all those requirements. And then it can generate multiple personas, multiple different cases, and we can customize let's say if it's for sales, customize the product exactly like a product that you sell every day. So you actually practice. In the case of sales, typically sales, if the company has 10 products, they are only comfortable with 3 products, 4 products, so not all of them. So this is a way for them to practice. And when you are facing a real customer, and for example, I get rejected by you, you don't want to buy my product, I can ask the mentor on how I can
follow up or
face that rejection and still maintain the relationship. And the AI, we can actually teach to probe as well, to ask us like, oh, what kind of product did you actually offer to him? Like, how did you offer? Like, what kind of approach did you actually use?
Yeah.
So it could actually, it gives us a lot of reflections, and then the AI can actually help us to find solutions.
All right, so I have a two-part question. So one of them is what's the limitation for AI, and then the other thing is like how big is this AI going to be in a sense of a business or economy scale?
So I was invited to Silicon Valley by one of the tech giants in September. So there we get together with other AI developers like us. The mindset of AI developers is to replace jobs. This is from
scary.
Silicon Valley, not from me. To replace job is meaning not to replace people. Jobs meaning like jobs that are kind of repetitive. That can be mundane. It can be replaced quite easily. Jobs that are using some sort of pattern and whatnot that are a little bit complex can be replaced. So the point is that all those jobs can be outsourced to technology, but we need to upskill ourselves to really boost our productivity.
Okay.
So two things, like one, a lot of the things can be replaced, a lot of the work can be replaced, but the people are going to be expected to produce more. Meaning like if you produce, let's say, one thing per week, you will be expected to produce like 10, 20.
Not two, not three,
two.
but 10, 20. The multiplication all of a sudden is way higher. Thank you.
Way, way higher. Not to give any pressure, but that will be the reality because everything will be much easier. So we need to be able to really understand the technology and utilize optimally for our own goods.
All right, Mas Tyo, thank you so much for
Thank you.
sharing with us. That was such a great insight. It's another site that I haven't seen with Gen AI that I haven't
thank
used
you.
for a while.
This is made in Indonesia, so.
Yes, I'm actually gonna try that out. All right, that was our conversation on how generative AI to help to improve our business skill for today's Business Talk. You can stay connected with us on Instagram, X, and YouTube. Our handle is @CTD News. We're also available online at citydnews.com. Stay connected.